Alright, so this is my very first desk setup video. So before I get started, don't forget to hit that like button down below, and while you're there, that subscribe button as well. So my desk currently has gone through several different iterations, but before I got started, this room was just a blank canvas, and I was thinking, what can I do to kind of spruce it up, make it usable, make it a working environment where one can be very productive? And so I went down a rabbit hole on YouTube, and then from there, my search escalated to Pinterest. So as I delved down the rabbit hole further, I noticed that a lot of these videos or some sort of promotion or sponsorship or partnership with either a company or brand in return for either monetary gains or free products. And it almost seemed as though half these items could almost either not be gotten entirely by one individual, and they rely on the company to send to them. So with that being said, here is a fully self-funded desk setup review. So to get started, we have the heart of my entire setup, which is my laptop. We're currently rocking a Dell Inspiron 7620 with 64 gig of RAM, an internal and an external GPU, and 1TB SSD. Currently looking to upgrade it to the Samsung 990 NVMe 2TB card soon. Nothing against gaming laptop and your very bulky builds, but I like my laptop for the fact that it's a studio laptop as opposed to a gaming laptop. So the form factor is very slender. It works with the setup completely, and it doesn't stand out drastically. There is no over-the-top colors anywhere. It's a sleek metal-looking design that just complements the entire setup as a whole. So next, we move on to what displays everything on my laptop, which is my monitor. I'm currently rocking a Dell 27-inch curved monitor, and both being Dell, they complement each other very beautifully in the fact that though it's a 1080p monitor, with my NVIDIA graphics card, I'm able to color boost and resolution boost the monitor. So it's both vibrant and extremely color accurate. So I'm able to use it to get accurate colors, especially when I'm color grading videos. Beside my monitor are my speakers, which are the iLoud Micros. An independent review of those should be coming up soon to this channel. However, to summarize what I will say there would be to just say these are an impeccable set of speakers. They do everything I need them to do and more. But alone, they're able to give you the most accurate representation of any sound or song just by turning on the flat feature at the back. However, I have the SonarWorks system, which allows me to just take that beyond and actually get perfectly linear mixes, both audio productions and video mixes. So I've done a full breakdown and review of the SonarWorks system. So if you'd like to check that out, click the card right here so you can know if it's something you would like to get for yourself. And it wasn't sent to me or anything. It's something I got myself. So you can trust that the thoughts I have about it are all mine and completely unbiased. So before I talk about anything else, I'd like to talk about the table. The table is a 6-foot table, custom made. Had a carpenter come in, measure everything, the entire room, built what he could to the best of his ability, and he did a tremendous job. No shade to a lot of YouTubers that do desk setup videos. They go out and buy what is within their budget, or they are given products to review, and they review it beautifully. Love the stunning visuals and everything. However, I'm an engineer at heart, and whatever I do, I kind of like to design it if I can, and then either build it myself or get somebody to build it to the best of their abilities. So I sought out somebody that could build what I had in mind. So that's how I got this table. So I called in a carpenter, he measured everything, took my sketches, talked to him at length, and then he went forth, built it, came in with all the different pieces, and we assembled it together. I have nothing against anybody buying what they want to buy, but me personally, if I can build it myself, I will do that. If I can't, the next best thing is to find somebody that can, even though it can be quite costly. However, it's funny enough that the cost of actually hiring a craftsman to do it for you is significantly lower than going through a company that equally gets craftsmen to do it. But because you're an intermediary, they collect a very steep fee, which doesn't make sense to me, but that's me personally. So I have this 6-foot table which carries everything on it without shaking. It doesn't budge. I even had him come back just to add some more designs, just to make sure that not only looks aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but it will not budge in any way, shape, or form. And that's the beauty of having a craftsman as opposed to getting it already made from a company. So below my monitor, I have my audio equipment, the first being the DBX286, which is just an external preamp / compressor / gate. Does 9 yards, and it's able to drive enough gain to studio mics, whether it be your Rode NT1 or your SM7B. Above that, I have my audio interface, which is a Mackie Onyx One. It connects directly to my computer and allows me to process everything directly from my preamp into the interface without having to run phantom power. In the near future, I hope to upgrade the interface to a PreSonus Quantum 2626, which essentially would allow me to, in theory, run a ton of plugins that I hope to use in my vocal chain, either for artists I'm recording or for myself without any latency. Beside my audio interface, I have a Google Home Mini, which interfaces with my room. Hey Google, what's 2 plus 2?
The answer is 4.
Behind my monitor, I have an elevation, which just kind of acts as separation from the wood on the bottom. It allows me to keep a ball there that kind of gives this blue halo you see at the back of my laptop, as opposed to sticking stuff at the back of my monitor, which doesn't really seem appropriate to me. I have 2 lights, the ball that gives that halo effect, and then one light strip that illuminates the back of the table. It's controlled by my phone, and I can change both the intensity and the color, so it just gives a calm and soothing vibe to the entire room. It works very, very well with the sense that the walls are white. So when the light bounces off it, it's very soothing. It doesn't distract and it just glows off it very nicely. To the far right of my setup, I have my accessories, which are my phone cases, which allow me to just be able to go in and swap phone cases depending on how I'm feeling that day. So in front of that, I have an artificial plant, but it's placed on top of real stones just to give the room a bit of greenery to complement the entire aesthetics. In front of the plant, I have a boom arm, which just allows me to do top-down shots. I've used it for review videos to just do overhead shots and it works very well. No complaints there. And in front of that, I have my lamp. It's just a basic reading lamp that allows me to read at night whenever I need to. And it just fits the whole vibe and aesthetic of the clean, simple room very well. It matches the aesthetic of the wood on which it's placed upon. So that's very nice that they complement each other. On the far left of my table is my printer. It just completes the entire office, allows me to quickly grab papers, jot down whatever I need to jot down, whether it's with a pencil or a biro. I commonly use pencils to just jot down ideas quickly. So I always keep a stack of pencils on top of the printer. So that's the entire setup. It's not much. The very first iteration had an iPad monitor directly under the monitor, which has been replaced with a set of hard drives. They make it very easy for me to just swap out and put into the system whenever I need to store backup files. For now, I'm very comfortable with using these, so at least I upgrade my system to a minimum of 2 TB NVMe. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe button down below. Have a great day and take care.